Hello guys, today I'm going to be telling you why Subnautica Lego is A great idea and B something Lego should be doing this instant. Now, I'm just going to make sure that the mixers aren't secretly spying on my ideas. No, I mean the nixels. And while you do that, you press the sub button. Okay. Hey, you get out of my house! Nix. Ah, those pesky nixels. If you don't know, nixels are like mixels for evil. And no, I did not make that up. They're from the actually pretty amazing TV show, Mixels. But anyway, Lego Subnautica is great. Oh man, because each set could contain a Leviathan. Now actually, that was just things. I mean, I just searched up on my PC the Subnautica icon, and the logo isn't actually a peeper. I'm just going to. I don't know if that wasn't right. Also, yeah, no problem. But the peeper is basically the icon of the game. So we'd have to make a new mode for at least all of the common fish. I'm talking about the peeper, the boomerang fish, and I don't really see there being any other fish from the game that are small and that important. Oh yeah, the bladderfish. So they'd need to make a new small mode for the peeper and bladderfish. They'd also have to make pieces for the Leviathan heads. So the big wave, so the first wave can be based on the first game. And basically, oh, by the way, the reason I haven't been playing that much Subnautica is because it takes up quite a bit of storage, but I told my dad maybe we could find a way to, once I'm finished with the worlds, put them up on the cloud. If anyone knows how to do that, then yeah, tell me. Uh-oh. But basically, the big set of the wave could be just like Riley's base. Like, the good thing is it would be pretty customizable, and it wouldn't be like a giant set like the Death Star, but it would be a pretty big set. And it would also come with a prawn suit, multiple small creatures, and a Reaper Leviathan figure. Like, that could be a big chunk of the set, and that would be like one of the major selling points. You could also buy boxes with just Leviathans and a bit of scenery in them, like kind of like you did with the Mario theme, except a lot bigger. But also, instead of Leviathans, maybe for some it could be just like some of the big enemies from the game. Maybe there could be like a collector series. To be honest, I think what I'm talking about is it would be like the size of a 20-30 quid set. And because of that, I don't think it should be like a blind set, because people wouldn't buy it. Because, well, what if they get their least favourite creature from the game? There's no way of telling. So they should say on the box what creature you're getting. maybe there could be some of the smaller creatures from the lava zone, some of the ones from the Lost River. Like maybe they could all be kind of like biome specific. Like there could be one from the jelly shroom caves, with the crab snakes, one from the Lost River, one from the grassy plateaus, and I don't think there should be one of the safe shallows because it doesn't have that many creatures, and I think that they all should be in kind of like the starter pack set, Riley's Life Pod. So like the Riley's Life Pod set could just have like, you know, his life pod that's in-game size, and it could be like connected to a bit of terrain. So like it could be fake floating with some of those transparent bricks. And there could be a ground of just like basically the reef, man, not the grand reef, but like just the safe shallows. And it would come with just like the base fish, like maybe a peeper, a bladder fish, and like a boomerang fish, or maybe just like a peeper. So I'll call that one the IL set. Now that set will come, yeah, just with some pretty basic stuff to kind of like start people's, yeah. Then there could be a Degarcy base set. I'm not sure which one. Obviously, maybe not the one in the Jellyfoon Caves, because they could have like a small set of just some creatures and oh sorry, your friend just texted. Like it could be, yeah, but maybe it could be the one from the Grand Reef. That would be cool. But also there should be one of, at least one of the islands from the game. Like, not both. I think there's just more to see on the quarantine enforcement platform, because there aren't really any animals there, and that's one of the big collector's items, because I like buying Lego City sets and getting some animals from those. But one thing they could also do is just some of crashed life pods. Like maybe for some of the biome packs, maybe they could all be themed around crashed life pods or other small structures. Now, a kelp forest one, that would be cool. With like a stalker. Now, my idea is that all of like the big like proper building sets, they'll all have Rylian, but with like some of the different outfits from the game, like the radiation suit for one, and his normal swimwear, and just but like the ones that like for biome packs, nah, they won't. Biome packs, nah, those are from Planet Zoo, man. Speaking of which, I've got some pretty cool theories about Planet Zoo, and maybe tomorrow I'll be talking about those, because I also haven't been playing that much Planet Zoo recently, but like with Planet Zoo and Subnautica, I haven't gone off them. To be honest, I just took a long break from them, because with Planet Zoo, between every big zoo I do, I just like take a break to maybe brainstorm some ideas, and I do reuse ideas, but never reusing ideas that are like properly made a zoo of. So it'll probably be, if ever, a while until I make another greenhouse zoo, but I might make another island zoo because I think that the greenhouse zoo was my first proper zoo because I used proper techniques. But anyway, there could be a set of the Lost River Passage, and that could have, you know, just as the big thing, a ghost, Leviathan, and then another set around the Lost River area of a crab, squid, and some of, I think they're bone sharks, and like the crag zones, like Cragside from CY, which is based on a real place, but that real place is in like the public domain and has been around for a long time, so. But the crag zone, yeah, just all of the biomes with cool animals in, but not enough to really make a set on. We'll get a biome pack. Like, there are already a bit quite huge amount of creatures that you could just do with only like a few pieces for the base animals, because bladderfish and boomerangs, they appear in every game of the Subnautica franchise. Practically every single piece of Subnautica media relates to the fish, because I've got a Subnautica t-shirt. Sorry, it's got the poster of the main game on it. Sorry, press the wrong button. And yeah, it's got some of those fish on because they're just really influential for the franchise. Because with just a base peeper figure, you could also have like an Oculus and an Arctic peeper, just so long as you swap the colours. I'm not going to be really talking about Below Zero, at least for this video, because it'll make the videos last longer for ideas, because I'm going on another big holiday and I really want to have a lot of content out. But they definitely should have ones of all of the Leviathans, but I think all of the Leviathans from like all of the kind of like hostile and stuff Leviathans, they all should just be like appearing in sets. I think that the reefback shouldn't be a biome pack. I kind of see the reefback being like a set in of itself, because it can just be the reefback Leviathan and I don't know, maybe something else that's smaller. What could that smaller thing be? Like maybe the sea moth should be in the reefback set, but maybe the sea moth could be in multiple sets, but there should be a reefback and a smaller sub build, not Subnautica sub build, next to that Leviathan. Like maybe it could just be a bit of terrain. True story. Once I in Subnautica went on a suicide mission because I realised that I'd just been to the life pod, so everything in my inventory had been saved, and I decided that because I can respawn, I should go really far, dive really deep and see what I see, and I thought I ended up in like the bulb zone or something because it was so dark and scary and things began attacking me. Turned out I was just at like the edge of the mesa, not the mesa, the plateau thing. They should make a set maybe of the Aurora, but also bear in mind me, because I'm not designing the set, but I encourage you to make Subnautica sets of your own. If you're going to be like using website or stuff to actually create something by design, credit me, but I'm completely fine because I'll do a good job compared to you. You'll probably do a greater job. Because although I'm good at imagining stuff, I've got a very good imagination, I'm not the best at translating those into, real images. So I encourage you to do that, and if you do it, yeah, that's great. So I don't really think that they should do a crash zone mesa set. Also, that also bring to mind that there are more creatures in the safe shallows that people don't really think about. But actually, no, I just forgot about. Not people don't think about them. I simply forgot. There's the crash fish, which, yeah, maybe they could put in a biome specific pack, but yeah, it could also just come in a set with the life pod. But I think that the biome packs should be the biomes people love but don't have much set potential. The cave forest, jelly shroom caves, mesa plateaus, bulb zone, crag zone. Just all of those areas but there's not that much in them. The Grand Reef, yeah, maybe they should do the Degassi base from there. And remember, this could all be split up over multiple waves because I'm giving quite a lot of set ideas. To be honest, I'd just be happy if just one set, doesn't matter how big or small it was, as long as Subnautica came out. And I'm not sure which one I'd choose for that to be, but I'd like for it to have a Leviathan because now I'll never resell my Lego, but people who did, who buy sets. So say in the future I'm still collecting Legos and I don't sell my Lego, but I'll buy 2 sets of Subnautica. I'll buy 2 of the same sets, one for me and one to be sold in a couple of years. So Subnautica would have to stay relevant for them to make sets. And this isn't me throwing shade at Subnautica, but it is not relevant. No one cares. No one cares about Subnautica. It is one of the greatest video games of the 21st century, but it's fallen off. I love Subnautica. It's an amazing game, and the last Bacon, he likes Subnautica, so he plays it, but no one new is coming to Subnautica. And if they do, that's probably all on the last Bacon, because they were watching YouTube, they saw his video, they saw Subnautica, and they bought it. Or they asked for it for their birthday or something like that. So, yeah, when Subnautica 3 comes out, that'll probably be the best time in many years for Lego to make Subnautica sets. So they've got a small window of opportunity when Subnautica 3 comes out. Everyone on YouTube will be talking about it playthrough after playthrough. Actually, not buying any new video games, so when it comes out, I'll have the storage space to, yeah, get it. But I hope instead of making sets of the trendy Subnautica 3, they make sets of the original game. Because if they don't, then okay, I'm gonna say then, if they don't, I won't buy the sets. Which I know that isn't a threat, because thousands of other people would. But I was saying that, I meant that if they don't, people like me won't find any real reason to buy the sets, because Subnautica 1 will be their favourite forever. But I think I would still buy the sets for my stop motion and all, but the reason I bought them wouldn't be very good. So like if some Subnautica sets came out and I asked my grandparents for them for Christmas, there'd be 2 reasons and neither of them would be good. B, I want the Subnautica set to like blow up, as to say. No, not as in I dislike them and want to see them destroyed. No, I'd want to see them blow up as in I hope my channel blows up, as in I want to see them getting very popular, so Lego creates more. And also, I'd use the Subnautica sets, but only in an attempt to recreate the first game. I wouldn't buy them because I liked Subnautica 3 a lot. I'd buy them because I like Subnautica 1 a lot, and I'd want to recreate the magic of Subnautica 1. Wow, what a full invasion. But I think that the Reaper Leviathan is quite an iconic creature, so yeah. Let's imagine for a second, Lego says, TL, we will grant your wish of Subnautica Lego, but there is a catch. Woo, scary, ghostly, very scary. Only one Subnautica Lego set can be made, and you can't box clever by saying a giant set made up of all of the smaller sets from the wave. But they do say that I'm allowed to like make a set that kind of like an everything set, but also not. Well, what I'd choose if there weren't any of the can't have like a proper everything set, I'd choose basically a small diorama, like minifigure scale, but like a small bit of terrain of every biome, and like maybe an animal from each, with maybe some biomes being bigger than others. But I think anything that has the basic beloved creatures in it, yeah, that would be cool. So what I'd say is probably a set of just like the classic Subnautica biome. By that I mean, I'm not sure, one of the biomes with like Reaper Leviathans in, but also the base creatures. So basically, it would be the Riley's base set, and it would have all the beautiful Subnautica creatures in, a figure of Riley, just in the most common outfit from the game, like none of the upgraded stuff, just like the classic version, and also just some terrain and such. I'm not sure how I can make. Yeah, but Subnautica Lego would be an absolute blessing. But if they could only make one big, really big Subnautica set, I'd make an Ultimate Collector's Series set. And what this Ultimate set would do is basically, I'm ignoring the theoretical rule, but if all of the rules are out of the question except for it can't just be a big set made out of smaller sets, as in it has to be a set of its own, I'd choose a mini scale set of the entire crater. A miniature version of the crater. I wouldn't make it the crater, but like tiny scale. You know the Lego Death Star, right? It's still minifigure scale, but it's not the size it is in the movies. They scaled it down, but not to the point minifigures still can't. Yeah. So basically, it would have all of the biomes. Some would be smaller than others. Maybe like a tiny bit for jelly shroom caves. Okay, that really sounds like I have something against the jelly shroom caves, but I don't. I'm just using it as an example for small biome. So like all the figures, I had like a handful of leviathans, lots of smaller creatures. Can't remember all of their names. But like those shark things that burrow underground, those things from the floating island zone, and all that good stuff. And maybe the centerpiece could be a couple of like leviathans, like a ghost leviathan, a reaper leviathan, and yeah. So maybe the big three of a ghost, air, reaper, and a sea dragon, because the Empress would be a bit too big. And like it would be multiple stories, but the big leviathans would be on like a bit of the build that's a stand kind of like outside the area. Because while it'll still be minifigure scale, and I can still put all of the figures inside, not the Leviathans. The Leviathans will be brick built, like the Avatar 2 Coons. But if it really came to worse, I'd just say a non-minifigure version of the crater with just tiny versions of Leviathans. But yeah. Now I'll be making more videos on this topic, but I'll put it all into context in the very last minute or two, depending on how long it takes me to talk this. So my perfect Subnautica set would be like £100 for like a very good deal. And I'd be given one for free r/choosing beggars. But if I'm the one that designs it, me and the Subnautica developers will all get one for free. Because if CY makes it big and they make Lego sets, I'm definitely going to get all of those. Like I wouldn't demand them for free, but it would be nice. So basically my perfect Go Subnautica set would be a minifigure, yet a minifigure scale, yet scaled down version of the creator, which means that minifigures and the animal figures will still fit in it, just not like as big as it is in the game. It'll have all of the like famous creatures, most of the leviathans, and yeah, it'll just be a really good set. It's good. Bye.